Hari Om, let us start. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshal, Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sindhuravigraham Trinenam Manikyamauli Spurat Taranayakashekaram Smidamukhi Mabina Vakshoruham Panibhya Malipurna Ratna Jashakam Rattotpalam Vipratim Saumyam Ratnagadastatha Rakta Charanam Dhyayet Paramambikam Dhyayet Padmasanastham Vikasitavadanam Padmavatraya Dakshim Hemavam Pidavastram Karakalithalasat Hema Padmam Varangim Sarvalankarayuktam Satatamavayadam Bhaktaram Ram Bhavanim Shri Vidyam Shantamurtim Sakalasuranudam Sarvasambat Pradatrim Sagunguma Vilebanam Aliga Chumbikasturikam Samandadireshanam Sasaradavavashangusham Asheshadana Mohini Marunamalya Bhushojwalam Java Kusumavasuram Japavidam Smaredam Bigam Arunam Karunadarangirakshim Dhritavashankusha Pushpavana Jabam Animadimiravradam Mayokaihi Ahamityeva Vibhavaye Maheshi Om Parashakti Namaha Om Parashakti Namaha Om Parashakti Namaha. So today we're going to cover from 316 to 330. We'll start. Om Radipriyaye Namaha. Om Rakshakarye Namaha. Om Rakshasagne Namaha. Om Ramaye Namaha. Om Ramanalambanaye Namaha. Om Kamyaye Namaha. Om Kamakalarupaye Namaha. Om Kadambakusumapriyaye Namaha. Om Kalyanyai Namaha. Om Jagadikandaye Namaha. Om Karunarasasagaraye Namaha. Om Kalavatyai Namaha. Om Kalalabaye Namaha. Om Kantaye Namaha. Om Kadambari Priyaye Namaha. So the first name is Om Radipriyaye Namaha. Om Radipriyaye Namaha. Rati Priya. So she is fond of Rati, or she who is someone who is served by Rati. So that is the name, that is the literal meaning of Rati Priyaye Namaha. So who is Rati? Rati is the wife of Kama. Rati is the wife of Kama. And Shiva became very angry with Kama because Kama disrupted his tapas. And therefore, Shiva became very upset. And as a result of the anger of Shiva, Shiva burnt Kama with his third eye. That is what Shiva did. With his third eye, he destroyed Kama. So Rati was very upset. And because she was upset, she approached Devi. She was crying out to Devi. And Devi was obviously very pleased and with the prayers of Rati. And therefore, with her blessings, Rati got Kama back. She got Kama back. So Rati became very dear to Devi, and Devi also Rati in turn also was completely enamored by Devi. So it was a what do you call it, a two-way relationship between Rati as well as Devi. What does Rati represent? Rati represents the union of male and female. So that is what Rati represents here. And this union of male and female is important for procreation, for ensuring that there are people on this planet. And because of that, Devi is extremely fond of Rati. That is also one of the reasons why Devi is extremely fond of Rati. Devi is favorably disposed to Rati because of this reason. 317. Rakshakari or Rakshakaryai Namaha. She who is the protector. So Devi is a protector of all her devotees. She is the person who protects all her devotees. Now, this Raksha, that word Raksha, also has a meaning called as Vibhudi, Basma. It has a meaning of Vibhudi or Basmam. So, what this also means is that Devi is the destroyer and reduces the world to ashes. She makes the world into ashes, into Basma. Yeah. And what she does is, by reducing all the sins and afflictions through her blessings, she becomes the protector. That is part of Devi's responsibility. Now, there is a if you split that word, it is in the meaning of Raksha Akara. Raksha Akara. Akara means or Akara means decorating. So, decorating one's self with Raksha. What is Raksha? Raksha is ashes. Who is the person who decorates himself with ashes? Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is a person who puts ashes all over his body. So he is Rakshakara and she is the feminine form. So therefore it is Rakshakari. So that is the meaning of Rakshakari or Rakshakaryai Namaha. 318. Rakshasagni. Rakshasagni. She who is the slayer of the entire race of demons. Rakshasas. The Rakshasas, she is the person who slays all the entire race of demons. Now, what are these demons? Demons are, you have Bandasura and all those people. But apart from Bandasura, we have demons inside us. What are these demons who are inside us? Ego, anger, lust, jealousy, ignorance. These are all the common demons which are there inside us. So what she does is, she ensures that all these demons that are inside us are destroyed. Generally, people have two qualities. The most prominent quality coming inside all people is the demonic quality. So, if you have seen that there is one Tamil movie called Kadala Kadala. I don't know, maybe Salila must have seen it, or maybe Jayanti looks like she's seen it. It's a Kamal Haasan movie, Kadala Kadala. So in that movie, Kamal Haasan has the minute he gets demonic tendencies, two horns, red horns, come up from his head. I don't know if you remember that scene. Throughout the movie, whenever the demon inside Kamala Haasan comes inside, automatically two red horns come up on top of his head. So this is a demonic tendency that happens to everybody. Everyone, you are going along the sattvic path, and then suddenly some demonic tendency comes, and then you go down the wrong route. So this happens. We talk about what happens during our meditation. We are sitting all ready, lights are off, correct lighting is there inside the room, everything is there. That is when the worst thoughts will get into your brain. Your demonic thoughts will come into your brain. It happens to everyone. I will be surprised if there are people who say that only sattvic thoughts come into my brain. It'll be a surprise. I will be personally very surprised. As far as I am concerned, when I am sitting, I know that I prepare myself and I sit there, and I am pretty much sure that some demonic thought will come inside. Chalta hai, no problem. So they say that you should be an observer. You should be an observer. When that demonic thought comes inside, what you should do is you should watch that thought come in and allow that thought to leave as well. It should come in and leave at the same time. Because once you start focusing on that negative thought, then that negative thought stays inside you and builds and builds and builds. So that demonic thought is something that we should look to remove from our body. And the demonic thought also, that is because of tamas being predominant. In that state, when the negative thought comes in, tamas becomes very predominant in us, and as a result of that, sometimes we even negate God. We don't even want to think that God is present. So we tend to forget or ignore God. The presence of the Supreme Power, we tend to ignore, and that is a very dangerous situation that can happen to anybody's life, anybody's spiritual pursuit. This can happen. Suppose you're in a divine path. In the divine path, then we generally worship Devi, and the mind is basically focused on Devi, knowing Devi as the imperishable source of all beings. So Devi is the source of everything that we are looking forward to. So therefore we look forward to that, and she is the source leading us in the right directions. And generally we will be involved in good actions all through the time when the sattvic tendencies or sattvic gunas are predominant in our life. And both types of people or both types of qualities are available at all times in all people. Yeah. So the Rakshasic Vasanas are destroyed by Devis. Whatever the Rakshasic Vasanas are there, so the more we have Devi Samarpanam, the greater the chance of all these Rakshasic Vasanas getting destroyed. So she is Rakshasagni. Om Rakshasagni Namaha. It is her name. 319. Om Ramayai Namaha. Now, Ramayai Namaha, Rama is one who gives delight. She is one who gives delight, who delights people. And delights people in what way? Because she is supreme bliss. Because she is supreme bliss, through that supreme bliss, she delights people. And she gives delight to whom? To Lord Kameshwara, to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is a person who gets delighted by her. She is the source of pleasure for Lord Shiva. She is the epitome of female beauty. Now, we have covered another name, which is Rama. That was 313, which is Om Ramayai Namaha. This is Om Ramayai Namaha. Now, both are similar sounding names. The word Ram refers to delight, the source of delight. But when you look at Rama, Rama refers to goddess Lakshmi. Rama refers to goddess Lakshmi, whereas Rama refers to any feminine form. Rama refers to any feminine form. She is a goddess as beautiful feminine entity. And what is her role? Her role is to enact the cosmic drama. That is the role that she does as Rama. Yeah. Now, this is something that you people are going to enjoy, because the Parasara Smriti, it's called as the Parasara Smriti. The Parasara Smriti says that when women are pleased, the gods are pleased. You can go and tell this to your spouse. When the women are pleased, gods are pleased. What follows is even better. When women are angry, the gods are angry. So you should make sure that women don't get angry. So you should go and tell your husband that the word Rama means that you should not make women angry. Make sure that the women are always happy. So when women are angry, the gods are angry, and when the women are pleased, the family thrives. When the women are pleased, the family thrives. When they are dishonored or when they perish, the family also perishes. So this is a very important aspect. if you let go of the humor, the fact remains that generally in any family, when the family feeling is there, the woman of the house is the nucleus of the family. She is the binding glue. The woman of the family is the binding glue. So when when you have the woman of the family passing away. So for instance, when your mother is there, your father, everybody is there, and when the mother passes away, the chances are you'll feel that vacuum even more than when the father passes away, because the woman is the binding glue in the house, and she is the person who calls people, she is the person who makes people, she is the person who brings all people together. I have personally experienced this in my life. When my mother was around, everybody was in touch with us. We had so many friends, people who called us, and every morning there's a phone call, in the afternoon there's a phone call. It came to the extent that my father turned around and said that 28173514, that was our residence number, 28173514 is always busy. You cannot get 28173514. Why? Because my mother is always on the phone, speaking to this person, speaking to this person, speaking to all these people are busy on the phone. Ultimately, the telecom department, what is that, Madras Telephones, said, sir, unga number எப்பவுமே பிஸியா இருக்கு, so we will give you one extra line. They gave us one extra number, that number, and gave the number free, 28173513. 28173513 was an extra number kept in the bedroom in case 3514 is full, and for free. It was for free because they knew what is going on in the house. We didn't ask for it. They came on their own and they said, this number is for you for free. Why? Because my mother used to ensure that all the relationships are intact. The minute she passed away, after she passed away a few months, all that relationships went away. The lady of the house is the most important binding glue of the house. If that lady is happy, if the lady of the house is happy, the house will be happy. So this is Ramayai Namaha. Om Ramana Lampadayai Namaha. Ramana is charming. Is somebody who's charming, who brings delight. Lampada, intensely attached, deeply involved, intensely attached, completely in love. Completely in love. Besmirched. There are several words which you can use to describe that intense love. So Ramana Lampada, she who is devoted to the Lord of her heart, Lord Shiva. She who is devoted to the Lord of her heart. So that is what this means. Where what this means is that she is a person, Devi instills and maintains unshaken love and devotion in each woman towards her husband. So this is the implied meaning. Devi, by Ramana Lampada, while she is completely devoted to the Lord of her heart, Lord Shiva, what this implies is that Devi instills and maintains unshaken love and devotion in each woman towards her husband. At this time, we'll also have to think of what is happening in today's world. In today's world, in terms of the way marriages happen and marriages are broken. So it is so important for us. It is so important for us, for all of us, especially younger generation, to understand the importance of marriage as an institution. Marriage is not just the coming together of people. It is well beyond that. It is a union of hearts. It is a coming together of two families as well. So it is not a case where you get married today and in 6 months down the line say, no, I've had enough, I want to go, I've had enough. So the adjustment aspect, because we are coming across several cases of the younger generation, the new generations, where for them marriage is more of a convenience, lesser of the union of people, lesser amongst of coming together. people separating so easily at a drop of a hat. They just want to separate and move apart. So that's a very sad state of affairs, and I would strongly encourage, especially the new generation, to think of marriage as an institution, as something where you come together. And at this time, when you're going to get into marriage, go beyond thinking of just the meeting of two physical aspects, but go beyond and look at the mental aspect, which is so important. So it is something that everybody has to seriously think of as they get into marriage. Ramana Lampataye Namaha. 321. Om Kamyaye Namaha. So she who is to be desired. She who is to be desired. So she is a form which is more than any form of divinity, and for those people who are desiring liberation, the easiest way to get to liberation is to desire Devi in her form. When you desire Devi, that leads you to liberation. Also, if you remember, if you look at the lunar fortnight, the lunar half moon, Kamya is the deity on the 12th night of the dark lunar fortnight. Devi is in that form. Kamya, Om Kamyaye Namaha. That is there. If you remember, each of those days have a specific deity that refer to those days. So each of those days, and this name Kamya refers to one of those deities, and which is the deity on the 12th night, of the lunar fortnight. The next one is Om Kamakala Rupaye Namaha. Om Kamakala Rupaye Namaha. So Kama refers to the most desired object. She who is in the form of Kamakala, that's what this means. Kamakala Rupaye Namaha. So who is Kama? Kama is the most desired object, or the object of adoration. Who is this? In this case, this refers to Lord Shiva. So Kama refers to Lord Shiva, or Kameshwara. That is the correct name of Lord Shiva, Kama Ishwara. And Kala refers to the creative, vibrating and illuminating aspect of the divine. It's basically the absolute Brahman. That is what Kala refers to, and it represents Goddess herself. So she is Maha Tripura Sundari in that form. She is Maha Tripura Sundari. She is the great or higher or extreme Tripura Sundari. Tripura means 3 cities, Sundari, extreme beauty. So Kama refers to Lord Shiva, Kala refers to Devi, which is Maha Tripura Sundari, and Rupa means form. So she is the form of Kama Kala Rupa. What this effectively means is that this is the union of opposites. This is the union of Shiva. Who is Shiva? Shiva is pure self-illuminating consciousness. And Shakti is the vibrant power that illuminates this universe. Shakti not just illuminates the universe, Shakti illuminates Lord Shiva also. Shakti illuminates Lord Shiva also. So she is the epitome of power in all things that are animate and inanimate. So she is the power that is there in all of it. And Kama Kala is the union of these two, both Shiva and Shakti. Now, if you take Tantra Shastra, in Tantra Shastra generally talks of the origin of the cosmos, and it is depicted like a triangle, and there are 3 bindus from which you have the Panchadasakshari mantra, and all different forms of the 3 forms of creation. What is that? Preservation and destruction. Creation, preservation, destruction. All these things come from that triangle. So we have more aspects of this. We will leave this at this aspect, which is basically Kama Kala Rupayai Namaha. That is what this refers to. She is the form of Kama and Kala. 323. Kadamba Kusuma Priyayai Namaha. Kadamba is a Kadamba flower. Kusuma is the flower. Priya. Priya refers to the Kadamba flower. Priya refers to the Kadamba flower. Kalyani, Kalyani, the next one. Om Kalyanyai Namaha. Om Kalyanyai Namaha. Just one second. Om Kalyani Namaha. Kalyani or Kalyana refers to beautiful, noble, or fortunate. So this refers to Kalyana, and she is the female form of somebody who is beautiful, noble, or fortunate. So she who bestows auspiciousness is Kalyani or Kalyanyai Namaha. So she is a person who utters auspicious words. What comes out from one's mouth has got to be auspicious. Again, going back to interpersonal relationships and the importance of being careful of what you say, especially amongst, when you're getting married, the importance of respect between husband and wife in terms of what is uttered. It is so important that we make sure that what is uttered between husband and wife is respectful. We have come across cases where the wife calls the husband avan. In avan in our, what is that, in Malayalam, avan is disrespectful. So when you're referring to, and this is the wife calling the husband calling the wife aval, that is also disrespectful. Avan and aval are disrespectful, which is why when marriages are conducted in Vallikavu, Madamridanandamayi conducts marriages in Vallikavu, and that is something that is a spectacle worth watching, because when the marriage is conducted, the first thing that she does is she asks the husband, the wife, to do an arati for the husband. After the arati is done by the wife for the husband, then she asks the husband to do an arati for the wife. So it is not the wife who does the arati alone. The husband also does an arati for the wife. And then the next thing happens, the wife touches the feet of the husband. The next thing is, the husband touches the feet of the wife. So it happens both ways. This is something that we will not find in normal marriages, where the husband touches the feet of the wife. Sacrilegious, people will say. How is it possible? But this is the way a marriage happens. In fact, I think in the Bhajan Mandali group, I had posted, I think Sunil's somebody had gotten married at the ashram, and this they had a video, and I posted that video in the group. So I don't know if you've had the chance to look at it, but I'll try and dig it out and post it in our Lalitha Sahasranamam group. I think what is that? Radhika ji remembers that thing. But that is for the benefit of all the others. I'll post it in our Lalitha Sahasranamam group as well, so that you understand the importance of respect. So while speaking also, it is so important that we give respect. Respecting somebody is not a bad thing. They say that, in fact, even today I lost my temper at a customer, because the customer was not refusing to answer the call. Yeah, but I was very careful in terms of my choice of words. I was very careful. That happened, I must say. So on a scale of 1 to 10, have I improved? I have probably improved maybe about 4. I've come to 4, but I've got another 6 left to go. So self-evaluation in terms of what you're saying, how you're saying, where you're saying, when you're saying, it is extremely important to determine how you're improving in your life. Interpersonal communication is extremely important, especially in relationships, especially in marriages. So these are all life lessons, in my opinion. So you have to be very careful of what you speak and how you speak. Jagadi Kandaye Namaha. Jagati, or Jagati is Jagat. It refers to Jagat, which is the world. Kanda, which is the root. Kanda is the root. Devi is the root cause of the birth of the universe. So what is she? She is like a cloud also. She is like a cloud. And when does this cloud appear? The cloud generally appears at the end of the what is that? Of the end of the kalpa, in the kalpantara. When the kalpa is ending, that is when this cloud happens. And what does the cloud do? The cloud provides rain. Cloud provides rain. If rain is there, what will happen? Plants will grow. So when clouds are there, rain will happen, plants will grow, plants will give us food. So ultimately, she is the person who provides food for all of us. Devi is the person who provides food for all of us. Now, the cloud is the like I said, is something that happens at the pralaya stage. When pralaya happens, that is when the cloud happens, and there is a flooding also, and that flooding results in the cleansing after the pralaya. After the pralaya, the cleansing happens. So she is the food for the continued existence of the world, and she is also the flood that dissolves the world. So that is what Devi is. Jagadi Kandayai Namaha. 326 Karuna Rasa Sagarayai Namaha. It's very simple meaning. Karuna Rasa Sagara. Karuna is the what is that? Compassion. Yeah, and she is the ocean of compassion. She who is the ocean of compassion. Now there is in the Dhyana Shloka, there is that Karuna Tarangidakshi. There is a word referring to Devi, which is called Karuna Tarangidakshi. So what that means is that her eyes reflect waves of compassion. So she is a fountain of compassion. She never dries. Always that fountain is constantly giving more and more compassion. Being a compassionate person is a challenge in today's world. You can be sympathetic, you can be empathetic, but being compassionate is a huge challenge. Trying to feel for that person. So how can you understand compassion? Suppose you're going to a place and you see people crying, you don't know why they're crying, but still because you see people crying, automatically compassion fills inside you, you also start crying. Now this happens in Chennai, when this what they say is when somebody dies, it's called as Oppari, so people come there and somebody dies, they start beating their chest and all that. They don't know why they're doing it, but so these things happen. That is not what we are referring to. That is a different way of that form, in my opinion, is actually a celebration of that person's death. It is a celebration. So that is why it's only in Tamil Nadu that you see that when a person dies, that final rites, especially in the hardcore Tamil community, so they beat drums, they throw flowers, yeah. So all these, and they dance, they do this dapankutu and all that, and only then they take him. While doing that, they take him to his final resting place or cremation or whatever. That is the only place. So where they actually celebrate death. They celebrate death. They say that the last rites of that person should also be a celebration. The last trip is also a celebration. Yeah. So coming back here, Karunarasa Sagara, she speaks and acts with great kindness, especially towards those who are helpless. So you see a helpless person and you offer help, which is why even in our yoga class we say, try and help. Try and help as much as possible, as selflessly as possible. As selflessly as possible. The problem with this selfless thing is, the thought process that goes in is what is in it for me? What is my benefit? What is my benefit? When that thought of me, mine, my benefit comes in, selflessness is gone. Over. No more selflessness. Then it becomes where desire comes in. What is your benefit? So that is why they say, even while giving, give with your heart. So when you put your hand inside your pocket, if you put your hand inside your pocket with your clenched fists, nothing is going to come out. So you say that when you put your hand inside, open your hand and then put it inside. That is when you will be able to give. And when you give with your heart, or don't give. That's even better. Don't give. So this is where this karuna, the concept of compassion comes in. So Mata Mridandamayi also, this is also, there is also a saying in that in the olden days, gurus used to initiate people into mantras. So you have got a mantra diksha, and after you've got the mantra diksha, you are supposed to chant the mantra as much as possible, as long as possible, as often as possible. So once you do the mantra, what the gurus used to say is that you chant the mantra, you chant your mantra, and also chant the Lalita Sahasranamam. Chant your mantra and also chant the Lalita Sahasranamam, because once you chant the Lalita Sahasranamam, Devi will take care of the welfare of her devotees. Then the welfare of her devotees is Devi's responsibility. Put the responsibility on her head. Let her take care of your welfare. She will take care of your welfare after that. 327. Kalavatyai Namaha. She who is the embodiment of all arts. So if you remember, we covered the 64 art forms. So the concern was, some people had concerns. Are we artfully inclined? Are we artfully inclined? Of course, everybody has got something in there. In fact, there are 64 arts that are listed. And in 64 arts, for sure you will be able to find one or two where you are able to shine. For sure you will be able to find one or two where you will be able to shine. So turning around and saying that I am nothing, I don't know anything in art, so doesn't make sense. For sure you will have something inside you which can link you into an art form. So there are 64 art forms, and all of these art forms are the limbs of Devi, the different hands of Devi. 64 hands she's got. Kala also refers to the crescent of the moon. So crescent of the moon. So just like Lord Shiva, he's also got a Kala. He is Chandrasekhara. Just like that, she is also Kaladhara. There is a name, in fact. Yeah, and this is the crescent of the moon. Yeah, Kala refers to that aspect of Devi as well. Kalavati. Next one is Kalalapa. It is Kala Alapa. Kala Alapa. Kala refers to music and the way she speaks. She speaks musically and sweetly. We just talked about it when we spoke about the earlier name, which is Kalyani. Yeah, similarly, this is also Kala Alapa, somebody who speaks sweetly and musically. Get it into yourself to learn to speak sweetly. Learn to speak sweetly so that you do not hurt people with your words, especially when it comes to interpersonal relationships, long-term interpersonal relationships. Because people turn around and ask, where are you from? And I say, I am from India and I believe in Indian marriages. I believe in Indian marriages. Why do I believe in Indian marriages? What that means, we might hate each other, we might shout at each other, but whatever happens, we will still stick together. We will still stick together. What will happen in an American or a Western marriage? What will happen? We will probably hate each other. We will probably shout at each other. But the next minute there is one shouting, "Khalas, I am filing for divorce. I am done. I am walking out. It's not working." You want to see it in so many movies. It's not working, so I am going. How simple, how easy it is. It doesn't work like that. In our culture, whatever happens, we will still somehow manage and we will still, put up with each other. That is the right word, put up with each other. Yeah, because that is the way we are, that is our culture. The Indian culture is like that. We are people who put up with each other. We are people who adjust.
Because nobody is perfect.
Yeah, because nobody is perfect. So that is also a very important thing. Nobody is perfect. Neither is the husband perfect, nor is the wife perfect. So we understand that this person has got this shortcomings, that person has got this shortcomings, and we put up with each other. We know, okay, this is all okay. This person is a reasonable cook. I'll manage. This person is a terrible driver. I will manage. Yeah. So all these things happen in relationships. It's a question of managing and adjusting with each other. So Devi is one who turns sweet speech into different art forms. So this is Kala Alapa. There is another aspect. All her devotees sing sweet hymns, sweet songs, beautiful songs in the praise of Devi. When they sing songs praising Devi, therefore Devi is considered as Kala Alapa, because all her devotees sing wonderful songs in her praise, praising Devi. 329, Kanta. She who is very beautiful. She is very beautiful. One who is very attractive to her devotees. That is Kanta. One who is very attractive to her devotees. Yeah. Now there is also another name for another aspect of Kanta. The other aspect of Kanta is that the Kanta is the deity in the 11th night of the lunar fortnight. You remember those devatas, all the deities that are there. The deity on the 11th night of the lunar fortnight is called as Kanta. The last name for today is Kadambari Priya. Kadambari Priya. So she who is fond of honey wine. Honey wine. Honey wine is you're fermenting water, honey and water. It is being fermented. But honey wine is, they say, is approximately 20% alcohol. So I did a bit of a research to figure out what this honey wine is. So this is 20% alcohol. So they say that she is fond of this 20% alcohol wine. Now, what that actually means is not ordinary spirits, but the blissful Brahman is referred to here. Brahman is referred to here. So she is constantly immersed in that bliss. So this is a drink made out of the Kadambari flower. This Kadambari is made from the Kadamba flower. It's made from the Kadamba flower, and Devi is fond of this drink. So there is another, what is that? Kadambari is also a name for Saraswati. Saraswati, which is another form of Devi. So this is Kadambari, which is Kadambari Priyayai Namaha. So this covers up till 330. Our next session will be on next session will be on
Friday.
On Thursday. On Thursday.
Yeah,
On Thursday. So we'll close now. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Lokaha Samastaha Sugino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sugino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sugino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Karacharana Kridam va Kayajam Karmajam va Shravananayana va Manasam va Paradam Vidam Avihidam va Sarvamedakshamasva. Jaya Jaya Karunabde Shri Mahadeva Shambho. Jaya Jaya Karunabde Shri Mahadeva Shambho. Jaya Jaya Karunabde Shri Mahadeva Shambho. Om Shri Gurubhyo